Hey guys, it's me. It's your boy. Yeah, today I streamed. My first ever stream in like a month or so. So I had my webcam on and I decided, well, I might as well keep it on for YouTube videos because I mean, why not, right? So hi, it's me. I see Drakers. Nova Drakers. Trying to get used to that. Today we're gonna talk about season 2 of the NeoNetwork Skyblock server. For those who don't know, NeoNetwork Skyblock server got released its season 2 yesterday. Full reset, clean sweep, it reset all for money, sky coins, XP, everything got reset. Only thing you keep is your ranks and like titles and stuff. Like perks, like /fly if you purchase, but everything else flesh gone. So everyone in chat is actually starting off fresh. You see everyone's like the little 7k sky coin note, everyone's starting fresh. But basically, what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to tell you guys about the new things in this season. A lot of things changed, like a huge amount of things, and some big, some small. There's a big diverse things they touched up on. So I'm just going to go over a few things that I know they updated for a fact. And obviously, we're all going to work on it together, try and get stuff together and find out what we can do. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe in the video. And also, follow me on Twitch. I stream now. Twitch.tv/NovaDrakers. So, we're going to just jump straight in. And I'm going to basically talk about things that are new overall in the server. First of all, there's a few, like, small things. There was the mastery nerf. So, I don't know. I'm just going to go over my island. I don't know if you guys knew, but there was a bug with masteries where basically you were able to, especially with cactus, you're able to plant and replant cactus to get the mastery levels. So if I do /masteries right now, you're going to see I have 2,204 mastery points in cactus. If I am to break 2 cactus, I'm going to go to 2,206. So what would normally happen is if I was to, let's say, place and break a cactus, I would actually get mastery for it. So let's add /mastery right here. And I had 2206. If I was supposed to place the cactus right now, I would go to 2208. But they actually fixed it where that no longer happens. It now has to be cactus that physically grew from a stem. So what people would do is they would build like really high and then just like slowly break down in order to get to the first tier of cactus and then have minions do the rest. That's no longer possible. Now you actually have to plant them, have them grow, wait, and break them individually. That's the main reason I'm not really worried about the top, because every once in a while I'm going to run through, I'm just going to break 2 and just go through all this, and eventually I get to cactus minions. I'm not trying to rush it for now. For now, I'm just trying to play it safe and go through with all that. Now, obviously, there were other bug fixes, but I'm not going to really go over them because I don't know all of them, and there's so many it's hard to really keep track of. But that was one of the major ones that impacted how I wanted to play the game and might impact how you guys are going to play the game. The next I'm going to go over is the new spawn. Look how pretty it is. So for those who don't know, yeah, spawn got reset. We are now in a little Christmas globe, and it's really sweet and really pretty. But what is most important is it's really small, and this carries down to the war zone. In fact, if I stand here, I could probably see the end of the war zone. Okay, I'm going to see if I can, like, show you guys a little bit of it. I'm going to, like, fly under and see if I can see a little bit. Okay, rather than that, I'm just going to go, but I'm just not going to go too low. But if you see, you can actually see the end of the war zone, like, right there. Like, that's actually the end of the war zone. And that wraps all the way around. You can literally see the entrance to the black market from here. You just go straight and you can get into the black market merchant. It's really sweet. I like it. It encourages PvP. There's not much, like, running around. It's just straight up, you jump down, you fight, and it's really awesome. Not going to do that right now, but maybe later. Next, we're going to go over is the rework shop prices. And there's a few things that change cost. I don't think they matter too much. But what we do if we do /shop, you actually see a bunch of items. Normal. We go to minerals, you're going to see netherite. Netherite is now 3,000. I believe it was 1,350 last swipe. So basically it's getting a little bit more expensive. It doesn't really matter too much, but it is something. Another important thing is cactus. Cactus is now 15,000. Cactus was 10,000 last swipe, as you saw in my last video when I said you can get 5 cactus for like 8. Okay, so basically it goes up by 5,000. It doesn't matter, like, at all. I mean, you're buying 1 piece of cactus anyway, or going to a desert island and getting it for free, and then you're basically doing infinite. A logical person will never buy a single cactus their entire wipe, and the sell price didn't go up or go down, so in theory, it makes not a single difference. There's probably a bunch of other changes around. I actually don't know. I know the netherites and the soul sound are the same because I mentioned that in the last video, but pretty much everything else might have changed, might not have. I have no idea. I don't really know what they mean entirely. maybe, I also know they changed block values, so we can look at these. I don't know what any of these values were. Basically, the entire meta was you buy netherite, you place netherite, that was it. So I don't know like what the other values were. So now going back to my island, I'm going to show you guys something really cool that they added actually. It is a lucky block. So when you start your island, you're going to see this piece of yellow wool just kind of sit in the middle of your island. It's a lucky block. It resets every hour, you break it 10 times, and well, sometimes you get some good, sometimes you get something bad. That time I got nothing. That time I got some wheat and some carrot. I'm getting more carrot. The blocks lapis lazuli. I'm getting a bunch of surprisingly good. I think I got more blocks there. I'm getting surprisingly lucky with these. 1500, nothing. 1000 sky coins. Well, there you go. I was actually hoping to see something bad. They can spawn like hostile mobs. They can place like lava buckets on top of you. It can shoot you like 300 blocks in the air, which doesn't matter because there's no fall damage. But it's a lot of like really cool and different things that can be done. I really wish they did more with it. What I would like if they add like an ice upgrade that can upgrade your lucky block, maybe make it come off cooldown more often, or give you more expensive stuff, or lessen the chance of getting bad stuff, or I don't know. But in the current state, it's nice for getting like crops early in the game, but after you get to like a certain point, it's not even worth spending the time breaking the block, because you'd probably get more money like mining your cobblestone gen or something. My cobblestone gen isn't upgraded at all, by the way, don't worry about that, but if it was, another cool thing they added is a little bit of changes to the IS upgrades tab. So if you look at IS upgrades, you're going to see something very new, and that is waterless crops. What this crops does, it says you pay 5k sky coins, and you don't have a need for water. You guys upgrade, you always have hydrated farmland. So I guess it's fine in theory. The main thing is I don't know how it works for sugarcane, because sugarcane has nothing to do with hydrated farmland. It just has to be next to a water source. If it works with this upgrade, this is a really good upgrade that can make sugarcane absolutely bonkers to farm. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. All it does is lower a single row of pumpkin or melon, and if you're farming like wheat or carrots, it gives you a single block out of every 81 blocks. Like, it doesn't matter at all. It's definitely not worth the 500k coins unless it works on sugarcane. Otherwise, I'd probably never do this upgrade ever. Another new change that comes in the IS upgrades is a change to the IS Nether. Now, before the IS Nether was insanely powerful, basically you get, I think it was 500k sky coins, you unlock the Nether, and it just skyrocketed your money game. You would get like $500,000 in like 30 seconds. It was really insane and really unbalanced, and I'm really happy they changed it, but I don't like fully how they changed it. See, the way they changed it is, well, you basically can't unlock it for a very long time because it's gated around killing 5 million mobs. Now, I don't know who they expect to do that consistently, and only that. Specifically because there are other things you can do on the server. There are people who want to focus on, there are people who want to focus on mining, people who want to focus on farming, people who want to focus on automated cactus farms. The fact that they're gatekeeping the Nether around one of the many aspects of the server is really sad, but also, I mean, it's cool to have some kind of limit. What I wish they did is say 5 million mob kills, or 5 million crops mined, or 5 million cactus sold, like just give different options to access the Nether that isn't gate kept only in mob kills. But good direction. I don't know if I like the design, but good direction nonetheless. Another important change they added is island adverts. Now, before, if you played in last season, you'd see people spam all the time. It's not island, visit MC Drakers, come kill bunch of spawners, blah. Basically, they added a command to do that for you. So if I do /is advert, you're going to see it's not used at all because no one knows it exists and no one wants to use it, but it's actually really cool. Because basically what you can do is you can run the command is advert create and a description, and it gives you a 30-minute advertisement of your island. So if I do /I advert create, so I'll do 100 plus tier 1 mobs, spider spawners. Like, let's say I did something like that. So if I did /is advert now, you're actually going to see it come up and pop up. It's going to say listed 3 seconds ago, and when it hits 30 minutes, it's going to disappear. Basically, what it's giving you the ability to visit other people's island and have you able to advertise it. If you keep updating it every time, you're able to keep putting it up. The problem now is that no one really looks at it, and new players that want to grind don't really think of doing /is adverts. And in the same way that someone would advertise /is adverts in chat, they'd just be better off advertising their own islands. I think what would be cool is if they added a recurring message, like the announcer that says /rules, a recurring message that says do /is advert in order to join a random player island. Or maybe instead you do something like maybe /grind. And what /grind would do, it would teleport you to a random player's advertising island, just out of all of them. Just something to kind of encourage players to do it. Because in the current state, there's no reason for people to put up the advert. And also a lot of players don't know that they should join the advert. Once again, another thing that's I'm happy it's added, but it wasn't really done to the best it could be done. It should be important to note, this is day 1 of the season. So there's a lot of things that they can change, that they will change, and they will update. Throughout the entirety of season 1, they made a numerous amount of changes to the server that I really liked. A lot of stuff that they made that made me happy and know that they're actually listening to us, actually making changes. Of course, they have their own lives to deal with on a lot of different things, so they can't make these updates as soon as we want them to. But the fact that they do make these updates eventually is really awesome. So I do like that a lot. Next thing we're going to go over is the pets. Now, if we do /pets, we're going to see 2 important new things. One, there's now a pet list, which is awesome. It shows you all the pets. It shows you their... Actually, you don't get to see the levels. So if you want to see the levels and what the different levels get you, in regards of effects, make sure to go to novasdomain.com/skyblock-wiki, and you'll actually be able to see a full list of all the pets, what they do at each level, etc, etc. But this is a really cool thing as well. It shows you all the pets that you can get, and also shows you the new pets that got added. Like, I believe the heart pet. I don't think the heart pet was in there before. And increasing your health by 1. Okay, that definitely wasn't there before, because that is insane. I assume at max level increased by 5, which is a 50% increase in health, which is just absolutely bonkers. You get that, you get a good PvP set, you will not die in PvP with that, period. So that's really awesome. Looting pet, that seems pretty cool. The Reaper pet, increase your soul gain by 0.2%. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Summoner pet, Summoning Eyes, I believe that existed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think the Glow Squid pet as well, give your opponent glow in for, well, there you go. So they added some new pets, pretty cool. New pet window, which is pretty awesome. So, that's something you can look forward to. Now we're going to go on to some huge updates. And when I say huge, I mean big. Everything before, kind of minor. Now, massive. First of all, massive island nerf. Huge island nerf. If you see, you're actually going to see on my island, it says members 0 to 0. That's because I am the only player on my island, period. I've invited no one else to my island, no one else joined in, and that is because of something very important. Now, last season, if I did /spawners, you're going to see that, I've been grinding a lot, by the way. Last season, you actually see that, yeah, there we go. You'll see that there was requirements to get to each tier, so you'd have to get a certain amount of mob kills and buy a certain amount of spawners. There's a new thing that added this season where for every player who's on your island, like you've invited to your island, who's joined your island, even if they're offline, it multiplies your mob kill requirement by that amount. Now, that's assuming each player on the island does the exact same amount of grinding. This is the only way this would be worth. That is because if one person, just one person, is even a slight percent better at grinding than the other person, why are they on the island with the other person? They're literally just slowing them down for no reason. If I hit my quota and you haven't hit your quota, why am I not on this island alone? For that reason, it's a really bad change in my opinion. I think they should lessen a bit. Like, instead of 2 players 2 times, it's like 2 players 1.8 times or something like it. Because in the current state, there's really no reason to invite someone to your island. At this rate, you're better off just trusting them, allowing them to break anything they want and progress your island, but not actually be a part of your island. And the only difference that makes is that Well, it doesn't really make a difference. Your mob kills actually still carry over from your IS upgrades. They can still break and plant crops as they wish. It really makes no difference to just trust the person and let them work on your island, except the fact that now they can't progress your spawners, which if they're slower than you, you're probably okay with that regardless. Anyhow, it's a cool change, but be very careful. If you're planning to grind, I'd recommend not inviting other people to your island. And if you don't plan to grind, I'd recommend finding friends with a grinder. Because the second that me and other people get to high tier spawners, and we start being the person who can buy these spawners, we'll probably be the only ones who can supply these spawners, and we will control the market entirely. If I buy a Vex spawner for 9 mil, and I say spend 20 mil for it, that's your only way to get a Vex spawner, you better spend that 20 mil. So find friends, make friends with these grinders, make sure that they can probably give you some cheap things, like 5 mil for a Vex spawner or something like that. They probably would be willing to do these things if you make friends with them. So definitely, if you don't plan to grind, make friends with a grinder. It'll be super important this season. Another important thing I want to slip in there is the fact that you can now get a free crop hopper from your island missions really, really early. So if I do /island missions, you're going to see a lot of them actually got changed. There's now 10 tiers, which is pretty awesome. But if I go to the first tier, you're going to see Harvester. Harvest 1,000 crops as an island. 5,000 XP and a crop hopper. That is so easy and massive. I want to know, they actually didn't have this in for the first bit. I believe for the first like 6 hours, they had the old versions of the island missions. So they had the 5 missions and people were progressing. But they reset the server to add the new missions. And within 30 minutes, I got this mission done. And I was able to get my cactus farm started running. All you need, as you see, this is the cactus farm I'm working with. All you need is one crop hopper set up like up top. And that's like your entire system. Like you break anything and boom, it goes straight into the crop hopper up top and you have nothing to worry about. But yeah, you get that one crop hopper, you can send this straight from 0 to sky all the way up, and it's super awesome, super efficient. I would entirely recommend getting that done. Another interesting thing they added is a rotating shop. Now, no one knew what this was before. I assumed it was something like, oh, you can buy a crop hopper if you give me 2 million pieces of rotten flesh. Like, I thought that's what it was going to be, something like that, but actually, it's kind of the complete opposite. So if I do /rotating shop, you're actually going to see that there is a timer. And on that timer, it shows a bunch of different items, and basically, it shows that they have a sell multiplier. Now, this is very interesting, because basically what this is saying is, now it's not just the highest tier items, that is the best tier items. So, instead of like, when you're mining and you get copper, sometimes copper might be worth more than, let's say, gold, for instance, because of this sell multiplier. Now, I actually really like this, because basically what it encourages you to do is to mine different things on different days. Now, I'm actually going to go into this, but there's actually a bunch of new items called the Slayer Blade, as well as a pickaxe, and of course the Farmer's Hoe. But basically the way they work is they auto-sell for you. When you pick up an item, it automatically sells it. Before, with the Farmer's Hoe, you could actually turn it off. But now I believe you cannot turn it off. So basically what this encourages you to do is to have different farms for different things, and to mine them separately. So on days that maybe prismarine shards are really expensive, you probably don't want to grind your really expensive like iron golems. Instead, you probably want to grind your guardians. Okay, so actually I have some guardians set up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to test it. So if I'm to get my Slayer Blade right here, and I'm going to kill, I actually want to see... Okay, there we go. So you're going to see 200 prismarine shards for $8. We're going to do some quick math. Alexa, what's 200 divided by 8? I think that's like 2.4. 25. I lied so hard. Basically, it's selling each of those for 25 per. If I'm to go to /shop and I'm supposed to go to mob drops, you can actually see prismarine shards sell for 10. So that is 10 plus a sell multiplier going on for 1.25. Not sure why there's a sell multiplier, but there is a sell multiplier. And then as well as the rotating shop, doubling the cost, you see it goes to, well, 2.5. Basically, it now is worth more than many other items. So if I'm to spam the guardian, you're actually going to see 200, you're going to see, it's going to jump a lot. And if I go over to my IGs, which won't die immediately, you'll actually see that they give me 100. So IGs, which are a higher tier, even if I was supposed to kill them in one shot, Jesus Christ, that's loud. Even if I was supposed to kill them in one shot, they'd actually be worth less than a tier 4 guardian. So that's an interesting thing to consider. The rotating shop is pretty cool, pretty unique, and actually changes how you want to approach the game a little bit by adding a bit more diversity to what is done. That also means a good idea to get one of every single spawner in the game, especially of like the mid tiers and higher tiers, specifically because if something's really expensive, you want to focus on that thing. Now, the final thing I'm going to get into, and probably the biggest, massivest, most insane thing that they've changed, and that is masteries. Now, I hinted at this a little bit earlier, but if I do slash masteries, you're going to actually see that there's a new tab called Mastery Tools. And basically, these are new mastery tools, including the old Farmer's Harvester. So the Farmer's Harvester is now a mastery tool that you can have here, and basically you unlock it in a new way, no longer through the mission, but now you unlock it by reaching tier 1 in 3 different farming masteries. I'm working on that right now. I'm actually tier 1 in sugarcane and carrot, and I'm trying to get tier 1 either potato or cactus right now. Potato might be the play just because it's faster, and that's what I'd recommend. Sugarcane just because it's really easy to do, carrots because they're really easy to produce, and same with potatoes. Basically, I believe it works the same way as the old Farmer's Harvester, but now I actually don't think you can turn off auto sell. So I think auto sell is actually automatically on because that's what I've noticed for the Slayer Blade. So that's something we'll find out in the future, but for now, I think that's how that works. The Slayer Blade is similar to the Farmer's Harvester, but instead of having 3 random masteries, you actually have to get tier 1 in all 4 of the tier 1 masteries, and then you get access to the Slayer Blade, which gives you extra looting as well as extra mastery points, which is kind of cool. It gives you an extra looting for every 25,000 mobs killed. So currently I'm at looting 5 because I killed at least 50,000, but when I hit 75,000 I'll get to looting 6 because that's the 3 looting from the 25,000 plus my looting 3 that I already have enchanted onto the sword. Another important thing, you can enchant these, pretty cool. Not sure if you can enchant the Farmer's Harvester now, maybe with Fortune, we'll see. I think you can, but we'll see. Super Pickaxe, other new item. Now you get tier 3 and 3 mining masteries. Unlike the other 2, you can't specify them, so I can't say, oh, I'm gonna farm carrots so I can get this. Because of how mining works, where it's random, you actually just kind of have to keep mining and kind of pray for the best. I'd recommend leveling up your thing faster so you can get access to more iron, more gold just to get this done faster. But pretty much, if you keep mining for a while, eventually you're gonna get this. Pretty cool. It gives you Fortune 15. I don't think this is going to be as good as the Slayer Blade, just because grinding has historically been better than mining, and looting actually goes higher than the mining, 20 versus 15. So I think Slade will always be better this season. We'll see what happens. Maybe a change got happened with the IS upgrades for generators that makes them more powerful, or maybe there's more access to Fortune in the server that would make it able to really progress. But an important thing to consider is a new change they added to the runes as well, which is flippin' awesome. So if I do masteries and I do such crafting, now feast your eyes, wait, you're gonna see a lot of new things here. Boom. Oh, boom. Look at that. There is a lot of things here that were not here before. A lot of important things I'm going to go over, and I'm actually going to flash them up just because of how the masteries work. I can't go back. But the important things that we're going to show is the super furnace, the basic rune storage, the MMO boosters, super XP bottles, super drills, basic minion boosters. You can now craft ore hoppers as well as crop hoppers, mob hoppers, log hoppers. There are so many things you can craft. You can craft enchanting books. Like, there are so many cool things you can craft. And the important thing is a lot of them are actually based off of mining. So if I am to go into the XP farm, you're actually going to see enchanted lapis. A lot of the XP is based off enchanted lapis, and I think that is a really, really cool change. Before, mining was really bad because it didn't really do much. There was basically every other method of grinding was better than mining. Farming was better, grinding was better. Now there's a whole new aspect of the game that you can consider that may make mining a contender for the other types of grinding. I'm really excited for this. I really want to mess around with it. I don't think I'm going to mess around with it for a while just because I want to tier up my grinding first. But if I'm actually going to show you something, if I do MC top mining, you're actually going to see Amcairo with 3,200 levels in mining. Amcairo is an admin in the server and might have a little bit of info before us. I think this is the info he has. I think he knows that there's something in that mastery page, in that rune craft, that is insanely powerful, and that's what he's trying to get to. I wonder what it is. I'm going to look into what it is, and we're going to find out exactly what he plans, because I feel like he got something brewing. Got a little strat coming. Well, that is my season 2 basically update video for what's going on. A little like telling of like what's the new things are added. I'm going to try to make more videos like this, telling of new things I figure out. Obviously, I'm going to be making a lot of guides as well. I actually have guides planned for teaching how to make the cactus farm down below, as well as how to do a few different things that I want to really get in. I might have a getting started guide, a guide on commands, stuff like that. Let me know in the comments below actually what kind of guides you want, because that helps me like decide what I need to pump out first, what I need to make decisions on, you know, stuff like that. So do let me know in the comments what kind of questions you guys have. I'll try to answer them, maybe make a video on them, and get that stuff done. Otherwise, I'm gonna be non-stop online for the next, I'd say, month. So, as you see, if there you want to like farm some guardians, farm some spiders, make sure you type /ice visit MC Drakers. Before, there was a lot of other options to type. No, now it says ice visit MC Drakers, because it's just me and my island. But you can do that. You can grind as much as you want. Kill all the spiders, kill all the guardians. I'm going to keep grinding, maybe try and get other things. I want to get to tier 3 so I can get skeletons, because I know there's a lot of people who wanted bones. So we're going to try and get that done. Otherwise, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to, as I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Try and push these videos to other people who may not also understand what's going on. I'm going to try to make a lot of videos, as I said, a lot of guides. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Hop into my twitch.tv MC Drakers. Alright, nope, Nova Drakers. Alright.